Galway. So looking forward to talking to you today. Please do send through a message so that we know if you're joining us, and we're happy to receive any of your questions. Welcome to us. We're here on campus in the heart of Galway City. It's a lovely sunny day. The campus is quite busy at present. We're just finishing up some exams, so there's a lot of activity. I'm joined here by Moy, who's currently on our Computer Science with Data Analytics course. So we're here to give you any information you need. Decision, and you have your offer here to come to NUI Galway. So if there's any information we can give you to help you along the way, this is a good opportunity to ask some questions. So would you like to do your introduction, Moy?
Hi everyone, myself Jyotimay, and I'm currently master's student in data analytics, and we are almost done. We have just finished our second semester, so it's a good time for me to speak much about. I'm very thorough about this course at this moment. So basically, I know all of you are very well known about this course. I think already you have done a lot of research about this course, and you have already gone through the website and get to know many things. But still, I'll just like to give one short presentations in case if you don't know a few things. So here we go. So here we go. Actually, this course is actually 90 ECTS course, where you do 60 top modules and 30 is research projects, which basically run from summertime during starting from May to August of the course. And this course is basically in collaboration between the NUI Galway Information Technology Department and the Insight Center of Data Analytics, which is very well known data analytics centers in not only in Ireland and also in whole Europe. So you would get a mixed culture here, like you get lecturers from inside data centers and from information technology department. And here are a few of the motivation of this program. This is mainly the industry driven program. So the main motivation of this program is like NUI Galway is trying to produce some of the experience, like who can do lots of complex tasks, in terms of like if you're getting a huge amount of data sets, how to process that, how to execute that, and how to think in business prospective way. And the opportunities include, like, the main thing is the main benefit of joining this course. I would say it's a very demanding course. Recently, this course has been appeared in Irish Examiner Times. It's in top courses, in top 5 courses in NUI Galway. Like every university has shortlisted for few courses, and in that newspaper, this course has appeared to be second most popular course in NUI Galway, and even in Ireland. So basically, you are very lucky once you get a opportunity to study this course, because it's a very competitive course. Here, lots of students applying for this course. I think this time nearly we have got more than 200 applications, 200 plus applications, but the limitations, seat limitations is less here. NUI Galway just takes around some 30 to 35 students, and it may increase based on seat availability. But at this moment, if you are lucky enough, if you get offer on this course, and I think I would highly recommend to join this course once you get this, because I would say it's very hard. It's very competitive course at this moment in Ireland. And the thing is that, as you know, it's data analytics is the market-driven program at this moment. You go to any centers, any companies, all it thinking in business analytics way. So how you are processing huge amount of data, how you can think in company prospective way, how you can get benefit, and how you can change the data structures, and how you can manipulate huge amount of data sets at this moment. And this program has been focused on all these methods. It's depending on all the latest technologies. So in this course, you'll be doing about Hadoop, R, Python, and how to pre-process data, how to do text mining, how to do web mining, and there's a lot of things. So it's completely market-driven program, and inside center of data is always there where you can get some practical approach there, and even the labs are very much up-to-date things, like you'll be learning the practical approach in this course rather than theoretical way to process the data. So it's a very good combinations like between Insight Centers and the Information Technology Department, and they're putting a lot of effort to make it one of the best courses in whole Ireland. So now going forward to this, the Information Technology Department reputation. You might be knowing NUI Galway Information Technology Department occurs at top 100 position in QS ranking in last year, and it's always in between top 100 to 100 ranking. So the department in terms of reputation is quite highly reputed, this Information Technology Department, and everywhere in Times Higher Education ranking and QS ranking, you can see it's always occurs at the top positions, along with other Irish universities like Trinity and other universities, and also in whole Europe. We have a lot of PhD students joining in Information Technology Department who is doing the recent research on the things like neural network and deep learning things and web mining, semantic webs. So it's a very, the department, whole department is a research focused department. So you should feel yourself very lucky to get admitted to this university where you can see yourself as one of those researchers after you finish your course. And if you're very willing to join this course, you can either go for employment once you finish the course. And if you're very interested to do some research or PhD, you have a lot of opportunities here. So basically, this is the main motivation of this program overall. Now, going to the program informations. This course consists of this 90 ECTS program, as I told you, and we have 60 ECTS top modules and 30 is ECTS is project work. So basically, what we do is you have 2 semesters and 1 third semester, which is namely third semester, but we call as a summer project, where you do as a huge project, where you apply your techniques and learning whatever you have learned in this course, and you do a project which is credit of 30 ECTS. So in first semester, you'll be learning the foundation modules and few of the advanced top modules. So in foundation modules, it includes basic statistical algorithms, then discrete mathematics, numerical analysis, and further to that, you'll be knowing about few of the programming skills language, which is related to data analytics. For example, we do programming on Hadoop, we do programming on R, and we do programming on Python, those things. So again, you would be having some of the foundation module, as I said, like statistics and discrete maths. So you get a basic kickstart. So this program is kept in mind that once you doesn't have much stronger background in mathematics previously before, or few students, they may not have computer science background before, they may have come from different background. In my class itself, there are some students who have mathematical background, electrical background, who didn't have computer science background. So this program is equipped to make them very comfortable at the start. So everyone is start at the same base level. So you'll be learning the basic modules, statistics, discrete maths, and how you can apply those theories in data analytics, along with like programming skills. So this is the main motive of the semester 1 programs. In terms of the course you study, rather than the basic foundation module, you study programming in programming in R, and some of the Python if you're very interested, and a few of the things on Hadoop, Scala, those things, and link data. In terms of second semester, you'd go to much advanced level, because the thing is like the semester 1 gives you foundations, how to think analytically about data science. So second semester is more about how you would be like more analytical way, like it's more advanced level. So the things we do in second semester is advanced machine learning and information retrieval, then you would be doing data visualization, natural language processing, then semantic web, etc., etc. So the main thing is like that. In the first semester, you learn about how you implement the machine learning algorithms. For example, if you are aware of as a computer science student, KNN algorithms, then support vector machine. In second semester, you go based models on those programming skill. For example, you do neural networks, you do deep neural networks, you create a few neural network layers. So you do lots of advanced programming. So in terms of data visualization, you would be thinking more analytical ways. How company wants to show huge amount of data set to a non-computer science students or non-computer science industrial clients. So for example, they would just see how these data are being simplified with the visualization. So rather than that, you'd be doing the natural language processing, where you'd be doing the things with text mining. We have nowadays we have lot of things doing, like how we'd be pre-processing some of the text, the sentiment analysis, what people think, what kind of reviews people are giving in few of the website, how you can think of how whether sentiment is positive, negative, or neutral, or what is the emotions to a given text, whether it's a joy, angriness, kind of things. So you do all these things in this course in natural language processing. And rather than that, you have one course called like case studies in data analytics, where experts from industries, they would come from different companies, for example, Accenture, Dell, and various research centers. And they would come and they would give you one problem, and you'd be sorting those problems. You'd be understanding the inside of that problem, and you'd be solving that problem. So basically, the main idea of this case study module is to give you one industrial experience. Like in industry, when you go, you get a problem, how analytically you think. Rather than doing programming, the basic understanding here is to think more analytic way. This whole course is to make you much more to be analytical rather than programming skill. Basically, you can run the programming things, you can learn programming things from various perspectives, but to think analytically is the most important aspect in data analytics. And rather than that, you have a semester project which is of 30 ECTS credits. So based on your interest, you can choose one topic, and you can do that course either in industry or in inside data centers or information technology departments. So based on your interest, which subjects you want to go, which is your area of interest. For example, you may have interest on visualization, you may have interest on semantic web, you may have interest on natural language processing. So whatever you wish, like based on that, you can just go on and choose on your topic. You have completely freedom on that. Rather than that, the whole course is taught in collaboration with information technology department and the Insight Center of Data Analytics. So the Insight Centers of Data Analytics would be directly involved in this course. So the lecturers and PhD students from Insight Data Centers, they would come and give lectures on that, and they would teach few of the modules, and especially that is in second semester. And in terms of practical things, the whole course is on practical approach. So there's same weight is given on the whole theory and the practical. And most of the even exams is consist of 60% around 60 to 70% is your examination, 30% to 40%, and in some program even 50%, 60% also is your continuous assessment, where you do the practical things. So there's a very nice balance between the theoretical and the practical aspect of this course. And rather than that, I would say the lab facilities in NUI Galway. I would say NUI Galway has one of the modern state-of-the-art laboratory, and here you can just spend your own time. There is no time restriction. If you're very dedicated students, you can just spend your time almost like starting from morning to like night, 9, 10 p.m. here around.
Not too late.
Yeah, not too late. Not too late, to be honest, because there is some restriction. Yeah, but if you're very dedicated, you can spend, because we often spend a lot of time in labs. We remember the first 2 semesters, it was even hard for us to getting adjusted to that. Then we spend lots of time in the lab. So the thing is that there is no much restriction. Even in Sunday, Saturday, this university gives you provide to access to these labs. So I have seen, like I have heard from many of my fellow colleagues who is studying in other universities in Ireland. They say they want to go to the lab and they want to do some programming, but they have few restrictions. So in terms of NUI Galway, you are completely given freedom to do your study independently. And if you have some problem, and always you can approach to your professor and you can get the feedback from them. So this is basically about the modules and the course. And I think Johanna would take.
Okay, yeah, so I'll just give you some information of what it's like to be a student here. Well, I've worked here for a good few years now. My work day involves me cycling for about 20 minutes each morning to get onto the campus to come to work. So that really is the beauty of Galway City and the campus. The campus is so close to the city centre that it's quite easy, if you can hire a bicycle for the year, to cycle to university each day. It's also a lovely location. It's over on the west coast of Ireland. When I get up each morning, I look out my window and I can see the Atlantic Ocean. So I cycle along and I watch the Atlantic Ocean as I'm coming into work and come onto the campus. The campus itself, it's also very scenic in that there's a river running down alongside the campus. So if you think about those two things, you can live quite close to the campus. You don't have to pay for a bus trip across town each day. And the campus itself, then you're close to the city centre, so you have everything at your fingertips that you might need. In terms of accommodation, it depends which option you want to go for. I have lived in shared apartments, and it would range from, say, €800 per month on average, and that would be 2 people would have a room each. So perhaps if some people come together, they may be able to get accommodation in a house and have some people sharing rooms, or, you know, be able to facilitate a few people in the house, and that can keep the accommodation costs down. And this is something to consider as well. So if you think in terms of capital cities, Galway is the 4th largest city in Ireland. So the population is just within the city limits is about 70,000. So we have accommodation close to the campus, but it's not as expensive as you would have in a major capital city such as, say, Dublin or London. Your accommodation can be quite reasonable. Our tuition fees as well are also quite reasonable in comparison to other universities. So you have that going for you as well. You can, and we might ask Moy to describe his accommodation. I love my accommodation. I cycle in every day. And at the moment, it ranges, it's about €700 to €800. What else? Living in Galway. So yeah, it's easy to commute. You can save money there. Yeah, so in comparison to other major capital cities, you don't have to get a train or a bus to get here every day. So you're saving on that as well. So a few other points just to pick up on, and Moy has gone into a lot of detail about the course there. But I think it's important to note that he mentioned there the case studies, and that's where you have interactions with companies. Yeah. So the key aspect about coming to study in Ireland is the postgraduate permit scheme. And this is why in this university alone, we have seen a major increase in applications from India. So the students are choosing Ireland because they know they can stay for a further year and look for work. So think about it, you're studying your data analytics here on the campus. You have access to all of those facilities. You have access to world-class researchers, lecturers, and then you're also getting to meet those companies face-to-face when you do projects for them. So that's your opportunity to impress them, and that can lead to a step in your career. So not only that, in addition to the case studies, in general, we have a career development office, and they organize events. We have an employer in residence set up on the campus that you can go and talk to. And aside from that, then there would be job fairs, recruitment fairs where you can go and meet companies. The Career Development Office also have a very good service in that they can give you guidance on your interview skills, how to prepare for interview, how to prepare your CV. So you're getting a good mix of that practical experience. You can improve your CV, you can improve your interview skills and prepare for those job interviews. And I don't know, what companies have you met so far, Moy, or have you interacted with?
So far, we have met many companies, and just if I can remind few names, probably it would be Accenture, it would be HP, it would be Dell, and lots of companies in career seminars. You know, in NUI Galway, like every week in career development centers, lot of companies are coming and they're giving you some feedback on your resume, how to prepare your CVs. So you get a direct contact with the employees, so you can talk about like what they're expecting on you and what kind of things you should expect from them. So it's a good combination. So in terms of employees, like employees career sale, there's a lot of opportunities in NUI Galway. I think every week there's one of the two companies coming to the campus and they are giving you some feedback, and you can attend few of the sessions with them and you can ask things directly to them.
Yeah, like we have Hewlett Packard has its headquarters in Galway City, Avaya, a couple of those companies, and of course Google and many of the famous companies have their headquarters in Dublin. And to just bear in mind, Dublin is just 2.5 hours from Galway. So if you're planning your journey to Galway for later on in September, you can fly into, generally when I travel to India, I travel via Abu Dhabi or Dubai, and I would fly into Dublin Airport. You walk out of the terminal, it's just a few minutes walk, and there's CityLink bus or Go Bus, Nestor's bus service there. The bus leaves every 20 minutes, and in 2.5 hours, you are in Eyre Square in Galway City. Now, we've tried to include an image here in the background. So this is, I guess, a monument, a monument in the middle of Eyre Square. So you know you're in the right place when you've made it to Eyre Square and you can see that monument. Coming from the bus station is just behind that there. So once you leave that bus station, you could be on the campus within about 10 minutes. So it actually is that close. So yeah, so that's how convenient it is. We've the Career Development Office. Another thing to pick up on is the open door policy. So in various universities across the world, there might be a notice up on your professor's door to say just a call within such a time. But here in NUI Galway, there's an open door policy. So you can interact with your lecturers and ask them questions. Another service we would have then is we would have, aside from the Career Development Centre, we have a very good library, the James Hardiman Library. We have reading rooms. And similar that you can access the lab in all hours, we would have a reading room that stays open till 2 o'clock in the morning to help you prepare for any assignments that are due in. Within the library then, there's the Academic Writing Centre, and they can help you if you need to produce a thesis or dissertation on your project. Yeah, so yeah, the major selling point there really is the stay back option. So coming into Ireland, you come here to NUI Galway, you get your year here, and once you finish that, and you'll be going on right up until August, I'd say, Moy. Once you finish that, then you finish your exams, you bring your letter here to the international office, and we can process it for your stay back option. And that means that you get to stay in Ireland for a further year after you've completed your studies. And you could still access the Career Development Office then and have interactions with employers and that. So we have a couple of viewers, and I think some of you have just joined us. So if you do have any questions, we've gone through a lot of information so far. If there's anything that you didn't pick up or anything you'd like us to run back over again, please do submit your questions. And if someone even just sends us a test so that we know that we're receiving the questions at this end, that would help. So let's talk a bit more about the campus here. We're here in the international office, and that's in the heart of the campus. Quite close to us here, we have the main student canteen. We have the James Hardiman Library, which is a 3-story building. So what time each day do you start your classes, or what would your typical day consist of, Moy?
Yeah, normally we had classes in semester 1, it's to Monday to Friday. Gaps hours in between. So you start someday you start at 9, someday you finish at 5. Someday you start late around 12 and you finish early as well. So it all depends on the course and the professor availability. So based on that, they would schedule your course and they would give you the timeline. So even the things that's keeping in mind that you get sufficient time to do your assignment, go through your lectures. So those things also kept in mind, and the timetable has been decided based on all the factors that should be needed in this course.
Okay.
So yeah.
And one other thing then I'll pick up on. So I mentioned earlier on that we have a quite competitive tuition fee in comparison to other countries. So you already have, anyone that has joined us here today, you have an offer for the computer science with data analytics. I don't know if you're already aware, but we do have a variety of scholarship schemes. And we have one very, very prestigious scholarship scheme called the Peter Freyer. And that means that the student that is successful in attaining that scholarship has a full tuition fee waiver. So already the tuition fee is quite competitive at €13,750. But if you got a full tuition fee waiver, really that gives you an outstanding opportunity to come on campus and your fees are paid for the year. Aside from that, we have the postgraduate merit scheme, and they are to the value of €2,750. So that's also reducing your fee down to around €11,000. My colleague Aisling will travel to India this weekend. She'll be in Bangalore, Delhi and Chennai. In Bangalore from the 15th to the 17th, in Delhi from the 17th to the 20th, and in Chennai from the 20th to the 23rd. So if you check out our website, you can see all of her schedule of visits. She'll be in a couple of agent offices such as FAT Education, but if you want to get in touch with us, you can actually meet Aisling in person to give you even further information that might help you on your journey to Galway. So that's our visits, our scholarships. What other information? That's the Peter Freyer. Yeah, so if you haven't received your letter, just contact me at this office. I have emailed you all to invite you to this event, so you do have my email details. You can let me know if you need a letter of acceptance. So what happens then is you need to apply for your study visa. Now, some of you already have agents assisting you throughout the application process, and they can help guide you through what will be required. Maybe, Moy, do you want to go through some of the important factors in terms of when you apply for the study visa? I know from my experience, you need your letter of acceptance, financial statements, they look into that aspect. And in some instances, you may also need to apply for a bank loan. So you can apply for your bank loan using our letter of acceptance. If you're successful in getting a scholarship, there's a question there. If you're successful in getting a scholarship, we can issue you with a new letter of acceptance, and that will show that the reduced fee applicable, and that even will strengthen your case even further than your visa application. We can provide assistance such as that. You can meet Aisling in person in her forthcoming visit, and of course we're always happy to help here. So that's your financial statement, your letter of acceptance. Oh, and another important thing, I know a lot of people have been educated through the medium of English and you have perfect English. However, it is a study visa requirement that you need to submit a certificate of your evidence of English. So you would have had to do this, Moy? Yeah. So everyone has to do this. So it has happened that people go through the application process and they might find it difficult to get a date for the IELTS. That's fine. You could still apply for your study visa with your conditional offer, but just to be mindful that you will need to get your IELTS and you will need to present your certificate when you go for your study visa application. Okay, yeah. So
we have got a question. Yeah, we have got a question from Tushar, and he's asking me what are the analytic tools we use in this course. So to name it, like we use some of the tools, like we do programming languages with R, Python, then you do Hadoop, Scala, and you do some visualization tool, D3, then you do WD's methods. So all the latest technologies, more or less, you use in this course. So basically, in terms of the analytical tools, you'd be using all the latest tools that's available in the data science program as of now. And there's a very good combination, and you do some assignment and practicals on that course. So I hope this helps you. If you have any further questions, please ask me again.
Yeah, so I don't know, at the start of our session here, perhaps, I don't know if you were here or not, but Moy went through in a lot of detail all of the course details and information from the website. So I don't know if you wanted to, if there's anything we need to pick up on it there, again, let us know. But we have recently updated the website for the data analytics program. So a lot of information is there. So there's another question here. I have only 1 year's work experience and it is not exactly related to data analytics. Will it be tough to secure a job given my lack of experience? Okay, so in terms of getting onto the program, work experience isn't a requirement. It does have to have some experience. So you will already have your offer. So if you accept your place and come to NUI Galway, in terms of the work experience, I mentioned earlier on, our Career Development Centre will help you develop your CV. So, and they will also, they organise job fairs on campus. So we touched on it briefly. We mentioned that part of the course consists of case studies where you have interaction with companies. So even if you didn't have a lot of work experience, that is a perfect opportunity for you to demonstrate to the company where your expertise lies. So they're half and half. This program has such a practical focus that you have that practical experience. And of course, you can include that. You can be updating your CV as you go through the course. You can use our Career Development Office to help you do that. And then you have the interaction with the companies through the case study projects. The Career Development Office, as I mentioned, they have events. They have a weekly employer in residence, so you can go and talk to them. So I do not foresee, remember, a lot of people that are doing their masters here in NUI Galway are coming straight from high school. So generally speaking, most people would go straight into their masters from, or say from their undergraduate degree, from their home university. So it isn't a requirement to have work experience. But even if you have some, I always say to, even if you were applying for the course, to include your work experience, your CV in your application. And the minute you get onto the campus here, you can register with the Career Development Centre and start checking in to see which employers are going to be on campus and meet with them. So I don't know if there's any other.
Well, I would say in my course, I can say you from my experience in my class, there's a lot of people who are from different background. I'm not just talking about the work experience. Once you see the background also, few students are from mathematical background, few students are from electrical background, few are from even mechanical. So it's completely based on your interest. It doesn't mean that if you have relevant experience in data science, you can join this course. This course has been designed that so that even like if you have some basics knowledge about mathematics, languages, like even if you know something about statistics and probability, if you know about discrete maths, so these things, like, it's very useful in this course. So basically what I want to say is, like, in my class also, there's very few people who have, before they have hands-on experience with data analytics. Most of the students, they don't have the hands-on experience in data analytics. They have some experience like in software engineering, information security. So I would say it doesn't matter if you have some data science background or data science experience before. This course would make you to be eligible for that. So in short, I would say, like, the data science background, obviously it would help, but it would not necessarily, like, you should have one data science background, or you should have some hands-on experience before joining this course.
Okay, I'll just mention one other point. A friend of mine came to me recently, and they're setting up a new IT company in Galway. And the first port of call for that company, now she's a HR professional, so she's been brought in to recruit the rest of the staff. But they have come to our Career Development Office here, and they want to set up an event. So first things first, they're looking at our IT graduates, and it's specifically from this program, Data Analytics for Software Design and Development. Now, they expect to employ up to 100 people over the next few years in that company. So that gives you one example of the employers that come to NUI Galway looking for graduates to work in their companies. So that there will be those opportunities will come online, and I know I have been putting some students in touch with the Career Development Office on this, and they will set up an event especially for this. So yeah, the Career Development Office is there to facilitate it, and it's also good for you, the student, once you enroll, to interact with them and attend the various events. Aspect I just wanted to cover. So a lot of you already are in receipt of offers. When you go to accept your offer, it is a requirement that you will need to process a deposit payment. Okay, so just to make that clear, so just so that you know, the deposit applicable is €500, but that secures your place on the program. So, for example, there's many students have offers for this program, and at this stage we need to figure out how many are going to be in the classroom next year. So I would encourage you, if you need any more information to make a decision, let us know here today. But it would be good if you could secure your place as soon as possible, because there is a waiting list of other students, and they are most interested in the course, but until we know if there's places available, we can't offer them further places. Okay, so we've one other question. I have an offer from business analytics and data analytics, both.
Yeah,
okay, good for you.
I can answer for that. So I just cannot say you which course you should go, whether for business analytics or data analytics, but I can obviously say you the difference. In data analytics course, you'd be doing more of the technical stuff, like you do how the pre-processing the data with programming language like R, Python, Java, Hadoop, Scalars, those things. In business analytics, you'd be doing a lot of things non-technical way. It's like how business way, how analytical way you can show your data to the customers. So basically the difference is that the business analytics is less technical compared to the data analytics course. So it's all based on your interest, your previous experience, or your previous background. If you feel yourself very comfortable and you want to do a lot of technical stuff, you should definitely join data analytics course. But if you don't want to go more technical side, then you should go for business analytics. I hope this helps you.
Okay, and we've one other question. I have around 3 years of work experience, but in software development field. So how many modules are there that are related to development, if any?
Well, as I said before, your work experience and things is here in software development, fine. So there's a different course in NUI Galway which is called software development and design. So in that course, you'll be doing more stuff on software design. The data analytics course is quite new to the market. As you know, data analytics concept has been introduced, and it's been very popular from 2010 onwards. So whatever you learn, it's very new, and you'll be knowing few things before ahead, but I am very sure about that. The things you'd learn in this course will be completely new. 70%, 80% new things you'd learn in this course, even if you have some previous experience in this course. So the thing is that you don't do things lot of related to software engineering. You do more of analytical and new stuffs and modules in this course.
Okay, and just you probably already have applied for it, but we do also have a master's in software design and development. So that's a 2-year program, but the tuition fees apply for year 1 only of that program. Year 2 is dedicated to a research project. And again, this could give you an opportunity to have interaction from a company if you're doing a research project for, say, Avaya or Hewlett Packard, one of these companies. So yeah, there is that option as well. So
yeah, I would say the both course is quite different. As you know, software engineer, that software design and development course is 2 years course, and data analytics is a 1-year course. And the focus on both two courses are completely different. In software design courses, basically it's a conversion course. So what you do mainly is people for all the background who had some basic knowledge about software, so they can get a good kickstart from this program. And you do some, as I know from my colleagues, they do some programming in database, some internet networking. In terms of data analytics, it's an advanced computers course. So you do a lot of new modules. As I mentioned at my initial presentation, you do some visualization, you do natural language processing, which are not available for the software development course. So it completely on your interest, like which side you want to go. You want to go for some data analytics, or if you want to be some data scientist or data engineer, then you should definitely go for data analytics course. In case you are more interested towards like software development, designing, testing them, you should probably go for the software and design and development course.
Yeah. I'll add in one other thing. We have a student called Hima who was a student ambassador last year, and he went on to the software design and development course. And we also have another student, Srinivasan, that did information systems management. They both have very good blogs. So we can send on a link to their blogs, and that will feature their experience of those programs and what it was like. And of course, we welcome if you have specific questions, we could put you in contact with them. And remember too, you can also contact the program directors. Seamus Hill is the program director for software design and development, and he'd be happy to discuss it with you. We could perhaps set up a call, or you could send him an email to find out some further information, and that might help you decide as well. So we have no other questions just for now. So hopefully you're still thinking of some more to come up with. In the meantime, I'll just mention that we have a very strong community of students from India on campus here. We have very good Diwali celebration. It just started about 3 years ago, and it's organized in conjunction with the Indian community in Galway. So you've probably been linked into some of the Facebook groups. And that too gives you an insight into what it's like to be a student here, but also the community that is here. So even aside from the students on campus, there's a very strong Indian community within Galway City. There is videos online of our Diwali celebration. We have very good Holi celebrations as well. So there's an Indian Student Society, which were in fact the society, the Best International Society Award last year. So that's, we also try to run meet and greet sessions at the beginning of the term. So that gives you a chance to meet with some other students and help you settle in. Okay, I see a question here. I have a profound research interest in data analytics field. However, currently I'm working as an intern in web development. Ruby. Upon joining the course, will I be comfortable to start with data analytics from scratch, considering the fact that I'm a fresher? We'll pass that on to Moy, and then I'll come to the next one.
So you don't do much programming on Ruby on Rail here, because it's more about Ruby on Rail is much related to your software design development teams. So I would say, obviously you can start from scratch, because as I mentioned earlier before, and I'm saying again and again, like this course is not only for computer science graduate student who had some background in mathematics and electric and communication engineering. Even they are in my course. They are my classmates, so I can see they are very comfortable at this moment. So as I said, the semester 1 modules are basically foundation modules and advanced modules. So there's a good balance between people who didn't have much of programming skill. Obviously, you should know few things about Java. Okay, I'm not saying you should be very expert, but once you have some basic knowledge about all the programming language, easily you can manage with this course, and it would be like very easier for you to adjust with this course. So I would say, obviously, it's very easier to start from the scratch. You don't need to know all the things before joining this course. You'd be learned day by day once you join this course. So hopefully that helps you. And
we have one other question, who I think will be Moy again. Actually, at present, I want to pursue a program in a specialized field such as cloud computing or data analytics. I want to pursue more of a technical program rather than analytical, and now I'm afraid the data analytics program won't fit my needs. But there is a cloud computing research program also.
Yes, there's a separate cloud computing research program, which is not a taught module, which is a research master. So you do your individual research on that topic. But I would say, as you said, like you wanna go for data analytics, then this course would be a good option. You don't cover much of the cloud computing things here, because the data analytics and cloud computing, as you know, both are two different things. So I would again say this is more analytical and more technical course. Once you feel yourself like you wanna go for technical side, then you should join this course. And you should not be afraid of the programming language here. As I said before, this course consists of foundation module and advanced module. So this will make you to get comfortable with all the programming language and all the analytical tools. So it doesn't matter whether you had some programming skill initially before, or you had some previous industrial experience. You'd feel easier to grab the concept if you have interest, and if you are more interested towards programming language. So I would say definitely it's a good course once you have technical interest. And in terms of cloud computing, as I said, it's a different module. So hopefully you can just look forward if you wish to.
Yeah. So we do have a program in cloud computing by research as well. So if you want to email me afterwards, I can put you in contact with the program team for that, and they can give you more information on that might help you decide. Okay, so we just to give you a bit more information, I guess, on student life. I mentioned that we have a strong community of students from India, about 100. But just to also mention, this is Galway is the most international city in Ireland, with 20% of the population of Galway are actually from outside Galway. And sometimes it can be difficult to find someone that's actually from Galway. I kind of am. So even within the campus here, there is 111, I think, nationalities represented on this campus. Within your program this year, there would be students from India, USA, Ireland. Yeah, and for the forthcoming session, students that have already accepted places on the data analytics program are from India, Ireland, USA, Saudi Arabia. So that gives you a flavor of the student community that is here.
International collaboration, basically.
Yeah. Well, we're a very international university. In fact, just recently we were named in the top 100, ranked in the top 100 most international university by the Times Higher Education rankings. I don't know if we mentioned at the start, but overall we're in the top 2% of all universities in the world. Okay. Yeah, so that's us on the rankings.
Yeah. I can say you some of my experience about Galway, how I felt so far. So as I said before, initially I was in the same condition. I was much aware of the Dublin. I was not that much aware about Galway. But from the day one, once I have stepped down, it's a very good experience so far. The basic thing is that Galway is a micro city or micro county, as we call here. So the thing is that it's the whole population, 25% population is basically students, and they are NUI Galway and GMIT students, which is one of the college situated nearby to here. So you'd feel very comfortable once you go out to the city center. It's quite accessible from the NUI Galway. It's just 10-minute or 15-minute walk from NUI Galway, from the city center. And in terms of accessibility, the whole island is quite well connected with trains and
bicycles.
Yeah, like you can few places you can explore bicycle. So in terms of bus and trains, so it's not hard from move to one place to another, because very often I just I will be moving to Dublin to Galway, Galway to Dublin. It's just a 2 or 3 hours travel. So in terms of the travel and all, it's quite comfortable, and it's not complex things to travel from Galway to Dublin or Dublin to Limerick or some places. It's quite accessible. And in terms of Indian community, we have lots of Indian peoples now. It's Indians population and community is growing here day by day. We have Indian community in our NUI Galway website. You can just go to the NUI Galway India SOC page, and you can click on like, and you can get the updates, and you can be well connected. Once you arrive here, you can approach to us. We are the members of the India SOC, so you can just approach to it, and we'll be giving any kind of help that would be needed to you as a at initial stage. And other than that, we have some another communities like a Galway Indian community sports and culture, which is outer community. They are situated outside of the NUI Galway, so you can even ask help from them. So in terms of Indian community, day by day, the number of Indian peoples are increasing here, and I personally know more than 80 students in NUI Galway, and I think there are a lot of students doing PhD and doing postdoc and masters and undergrads. And the Indian society is quite active here. They are doing a lot of festivals. You can see our pictures on NUI Galway, NUI Galway brochure or NUI Galway pages. Like we celebrated Diwali, we celebrated Holi. So you will feel like that you are staying in home away from home. So in terms of like, I didn't find much difference, I'm not feeling every day now. I feel like it's very easier for me to settle in Galway. It's not very difficult. You won't have that feeling of homesickness or something, because the societies are quite active here. And once you get bored, or once you want to have some fun, or you can join few friends who have some similar interest, and obviously you can have a good time here.
Okay. Now we've one other question. So what kind of job profiles can one expect after finalizing this course? I mean, like developer, data scientist, analyst, or what exactly, since we are dealing with analytics and big data coursework, what are the chances that we will be landing in a related job? Okay. Well, one important thing thing to point out is that we have a research institute dedicated to the Derry is the Digital Enterprise Research Institute and Insight. So there is the PhD opportunity to take into account. Of all of our classes each year, many students will go on to do a PhD. In general, employability for university students, NUI Galway students, is 91%. So within 6 months of finishing their studies, they're either going on to do further studies or going into work. So generally speaking, we're a top university in Ireland from employability. In terms of jobs, Moy, what kind of company interactions have you had?
Well, you can, as you mentioned, some specified role. It's not very easier to say what kind of job you'll be landed. But one thing I can say, like here, IT jobs are quite high here. The chances of getting information technology related jobs are higher than other sectors like mechanical and other things, because as you know, Ireland is called as the Silicon Valley of the Europe.
Yeah.
So it's quite high chances for you to get jobs here. Now, I cannot say what kind of jobs, whether you are going to get data scientists, data analysts, software engineers. It's completely based on your profile, your background, your previous experience, or what is your area of interest. But definitely, once you try hard for applying one of the role you are interested, it's not that tough to get into it. So
yeah,
it's completely up to you which role and which the area of interest you have, and based on that you can approach.
I think I find a high proportion of the students from India tend to stay on and do PhDs. And I mentioned earlier on Srinivasan, so he went on to become a research assistant in Insight. So you can check some of those blogs and profiles that we have, and you can track the students and see where they are now or how they're getting on. Now, we have one other question. Hi, I was wondering how intensive the course is, considering the number of modules and a research-oriented project all included in 1 year.
Well, there's a direct answer for that. This is how intensive you're asking. Yeah, it's much more intensive. I would say, yeah, you have to give much of your times here. As you know, data analytics is kind of advanced module. So you have to give a lot of efforts and times of CO to this course. It's not like some easier base of things. As I said, it's advanced module. So you have to put a lot of efforts learning the new skills, the latest techniques and all. It's quite intensive, as you mentioned also, and I also agree. It's a 1 year course. So in 1 year course, you have to do a lot of things. You would be studying nearly 12 subjects. You would be doing one project, and you have some assignment, presentation, and you have some practical stuff. So from the day one, you should be very, very much involved in this course, and you should try to manage. You should learn how to manage your time. It's a very intensive course, and you should try to manage your time very efficiently for that.
Time management is a great skill to develop.
It's a great skill, and I'm sure at the end of this course, you would be obviously learning the time management skill. Basically, I would say from my experience in India, what happened, we won't be involving much of this course at the initial stage. When the exams are nearby, you just take out your books.
24/7.
Yeah, 24/7 skill. You take out your books, you do the things, and you get the marks. But this doesn't work out here. Yeah. I'm saying from the very beginning, from the day one, you should be very interested and very much involved in this course. And it's like it doesn't happen that you would be taking out the stuff to read at the end of this movement, and you should be ongoing, because in Ireland and European culture, like they don't depends on book related knowledge, and you'll be given some slides here, and you should be very involved. You should understand each and every line on this slide. You should do your own research on that. You should come with your own ideas and you should present them. Sure, you should be very much involved from the day one.
Okay.
I hope this helps.
And one more question. So is this program more of a technical program, or is it like mathematical analysis and statistics? Because I'm more interested in the technical aspects of this program.
Well, I would say there is two different aspects in this program. If you have gone through my initial presentations, or you can just go through the website, the list of subjects are given in this website. There's two different aspects. There are few of the elective subjects and few are the technical subjects. So based on your interest, few people are much more interested in statistical analysis, like machine learning, Bayesian network, rather than that naive-based analysis, those things. So once you are very much interested in statistical and inference analysis, you can select your own modules. There are only 4 to 5 core modules. Rather than that, all modules are elective. So based on your interest, if you want to go for technical side, you have to choose technical modules. If you're interested in statistical analysis, you have to choose the statistical module. So it's completely up to you. You have own freedom to choose your area of interest. Based on that, you can go for statistical analytics. So that time I would suggest you to go for choosing course like statistical analysis, statistical inference, then Bayesian network, those things, and rather than the multivariative analysis. And if you're technical, go for natural language processing, go for visualization, go for semantic web, linked data, and these kind of subjects in technical side. I hope this helps you.
Okay, so we have about 5 more minutes left, and we still have some people tuned in. So if you have any questions that we haven't covered so far, we welcome them now. I guess just as we come to a close on this, just some general facts. So NUI Galway, the student population is 17,000, and the population of Galway is 70,000. So as Moy mentioned earlier, you're in a student city, and the city itself is very accommodating to students, and they recognise what an important part the university plays in the city. So in terms of housing, renting out houses and everything, everyone knows, a lot of people in the region have actually come and studied here in the university, but they're all very welcoming to students. And we've already covered the strength of the India community in Galway. So there's many different nationalities. There's 111 countries represented on this campus. And yeah, so it's a welcoming city. And indeed, as you know by now, we have received many awards in terms of how welcoming we are here in Galway. So I do hope that you will get to come and experience this. And I hope we have covered a lot of the details you need. So please do get in touch with us. We have a couple of more minutes. If you have any other questions, we'd be happy to take them. Following on from this, we will organise another session, I hope next week, if Moy has some more time. And indeed, you're welcome to tune back in for some more questions, and hopefully we can cover some more material. So does anyone have any other questions? Is there anything else you'd like to finish up on?
I would suggest you, like, before coming to LN, you do some research from your side. We have very much dedicated some student ambassador blogs, which is available in internet. Once you go through them, you'll have a good knowledge and good experience of the things, how other students, not only from India, from other countries, what are their feelings, how they are doing, and what kind of things you should expect. You would have a very good knowledge before coming to this place. So once you go to the student ambassador blogs, you can see my blogs in Education in Ireland, student ambassador pages. You just go through that, just click on that. I have written some blogs about data analytics and what is the data science market at this moment in Ireland. So you can have good knowledge, and you have some related blogs in that. So go through them. And at the same time, I would say this program is quite demanded course at this moment. As I mentioned earlier, this is appeared in one of the topmost program in Ireland, and you have a very much balance between like technical and the non-technical stuffs, and at the same moments you are giving some interest and some of your time on the continuous assessment, which is more of the practical side. So you'd be doing a balanced modules. So this is gonna help you to be a defined data scientist at the end of this course. And Galway is a quite nice city. As I said, like that, it's a very good place for students. It's calm and quiet every time, and it's one of the beautiful places, I would say. And I hope we'll see you in 2016 in September here, all of you students.
Yeah, and I'll just mention too, Moy has been quite modest. Moy was actually selected as an Education in Ireland student ambassador. So as a result of developing his blog, that blog features on our website, but it's also used by Education in Ireland. And he was also selected then. He attended a big event in Farmley House, which I don't know if any of you have ever heard of Guinness, but the Guinness family would have owned Farmley House in Dublin at one point, and now it's used for very big official events. So I'm sure you enjoyed your day there. And
that was the biggest day of my life, I would say.
Wow, it's a very enjoyable day. So any of you that are coming to Galway, you do have the opportunity to become an ambassador and represent both India and NUI Galway. So we have one more question. Since it is an intensive course, what preparatory steps would you suggest for us to take here in our base country before coming to Ireland? I mean, since we have 3 to 4 months with us in hand, do you suggest any specific topics to study? And then there's another question.
Well, there are two different things. You should prepare for coming to Ireland, and you should prepare for your course. In terms of preparing for your course, I would suggest you go through some of the programming modules. For example, you should refresh your Java knowledge, because you'll be using lots of Java language and things in like one of the modules in tools and techniques in data analytics, where you do it like Hadoop, map reduce things. So you'll be using a lot of Java related things. So I would suggest you refresh your Java knowledge, which is one of the mandatory skills. And it's good to know some of the basic things about R, Python. Obviously, this course will be started from scratch, but in case if you have some idea about what this language is about at least, or what we do in that language, it will be very easier for you to get equipped with this course. So I would suggest you do some preparation and make a good use of these 3 or 4 months.
Okay, so that means we have a choice to select the modules, technical or analytical, to fulfill the program requirements.
Yeah, that's the same things I told you. Like you have 2 sides. You can either choose the statistical analysis, you can do technical analysis. As I mentioned, what kind of subjects and module you can choose for that, and what kind of subject you can choose for the technical side. So it's completely up to you and your interest. So I think there is only 3 to 4 modules which is core modules. Rather than that, all our modules are elective, and it's based on your interest, which side you want to go and what your expectation after the end of this course. So based on that, you can choose your modules.
I'll pick up, there's just a last query. Are there any scholarships still available for us? Yes, there is. I mentioned earlier on the tuition fee for the course here in data analytics, considering you're in a research strong university, the course fee is still very, very competitive. But along with that, we still have scholarships. We have a full tuition fee waiver that's based on merit and also the strength of the personal statement you submit. So if you have an offer, you should apply for those scholarships. The information is on the website. There's a full fee waiver, and there's some partial fee waivers that will take €2,750 off the fee, and then further amounts of 1,500. My colleague Ashleen, and again, the details are on the website, will be in India. She's flying out this weekend, and you can meet her in person to discuss those scholarship schemes. Check the website and we can send you on the links. But yes, there's still scholarships available, so we welcome your application for those. There's another question. The software design and development course is a 2-year course, which includes intern opportunities as well. Are there any similar opportunities in data analytics? Well, I guess we've covered on there that there is a case study element, which means you have direct interaction with companies. We have the Career Development Centre setting up job fairs, setting up or organising an employer in residence in the campus, and you have a further year then when you've completed your studies to look for work. So in terms of
I want to add one thing on that. The things is completely different in Europe or in US or India. In India, we have the on-campus things where company comes and recruit us. So here, from the day first, you should apply with your resumes. So based on resume, you will get shortlisted, and you can go for internship and things. So it's not the spoon-feeded things like how we do in India. The company comes to our campus and they picks up. So this doesn't work out here. So from the day one, you should start applying your own. And once you're very well candidated, if you have some relevant knowledge or experience of things, or if you're very well versed with your course, definitely you can crack some internship or jobs.
Okay, the duration of data analytics is 1 year. Yes, and when we say 1 year, it's 1 full year. You start in early September, and you should try to be here a couple of weeks beforehand to settle into the city. And that goes on right up until next August. And at that point, then you can apply to stay on. You can apply for the postgraduate permit scheme. That means that you can stay on in Galway for a further year after you finish your studies. Okay, so yeah, it's a 1-year program. Orientation events too. If you're coming to Galway, check on the website. There's an international student orientation, and these events are very good in that they give you the advice on your GNIB registration, how to set up a bank account. It's a week that's designed with the students in mind to help them settle into their new surroundings. I know a lot of the postgraduate students from India tend to book into a hostel for the first couple of weeks, and that also gives you the chance to look for your accommodation on campus. So how did you find accommodation?
I can say my experience. I think lots of the Indians and international students, they prefer to stay off campus rather than on campus here. So I would say, like, initially when you are coming from India, you should book some hostels from the initial weeks. Then once you arrive in Galway, you can easily look for houses and things and all. I would not recommend to be in India and deposit some money, because lot of scams are coming nowadays. You can have up, and especially in Dublin area nowadays is increasing in Galway area also, where people get deposited from, where people do deposit from India and they get cheated afterwards. So I would say, like, initially you should arrive in Galway, just opt for hostels. Hostels are quite cheap here, it doesn't cost you much. So you can, initial weeks you can stay in the hostels, and once you just arrive from the day one or from day two or whenever you are free, like, you can start searching your home. And it's not that hard. It's Galway, it's very easier to explore the things, the places and all. So I'd suggest you to do the house searching once you arrive in Galway, not before that.
Yeah, you need to actually, it's good if you check on websites such as Daft, or there's another one, House Hunting for Sound People. You could connect with some students here that are already here on campus that might have a room available. But yeah, it wouldn't be a good idea to deposit money, because a room might not materialize, and that person might be using pictures of someone selling a house or something like that. And it's best to go and view the property. Now, we do have student residences. There's still places in Dunaris. So that is an NUIG student residence. So you will be required to pay a deposit to secure your accommodation there if you wanted to have it sorted before you come. But the majority of students do tend to look for the accommodation when they get here. There's another query there about the scholarships. Okay, so we have processed around last Friday of the postgraduate merit, and we have awarded a Peter Frere as well. We still have some postgraduate merits, and we still have the Peter Frere. If we haven't been in touch with you, more than likely you're on a reserve list, and we're going to look at these scholarships again over the next week or two. We appreciate that you need to start applying for your study visa now, and that you need your bank letter or your letter for the bank quite soon. So we would hope to have everything awarded within the next 2 weeks. So if we haven't got back to you, hopefully we will be in touch over the next 2 weeks. But yeah, you're more than likely on a reserve list, and hopefully we'll have some good news for you in the coming weeks. Okay, anything else?
I think we are.
I think that's it for the questions.
There are no more questions.
Okay.
I hope.
Yeah, so we and I know some people joined us maybe midway through, so I hope we have recorded this session and it will be useful to you. We can send you on the link and we can post it onto the website to give you access to it again. And as I mentioned, if you can keep in touch with us and let us know, let us know if you will be coming and accept your places. And it's also important, if you have a couple of offers, to decline your other offers to accept one place, so that you're not holding on to a couple of seats here, and that gives other students the opportunity then to take up the other places. And so we'll keep in touch with you, but I think that's it for now. Thanks very much for joining us. And
if you have any further queries, you can just mail to Johanna or myself, like, we'll get back to you. And at the same time, you can follow my blogs and can be connected in social networks or somewhere, whatever you wish, and you can just post your queries, and obviously me or Johanna will just get back to you and we'll be replying your queries. And hopefully we'll see you all of you in September.
Yeah, we're here, we're ready to welcome you, so hope to see you here on campus. Great. Okay. Bye.